Peace family. All my videos that I make, they are all purposeful. Okay. Meaning that when I'm making a video, my main goal is I know someone out there can use this. Even at times myself needing to be able to use, the inspiration videos that I am making. Okay. And I had spoke about this book before, the Prosperity Bible, and I don't know how many times I have showed you guys that book. Okay. But this morning I was sitting on the sofa and this page it had came out. Okay. And at first I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just throw this out. Okay. But then I had started reading it, and it talks about the mental equivalent. And it goes on and it says, because you think it is a duty, or because you will feel guilty if you do not, your prayers will be dead. You will get no demonstration and make no spiritual progress, and you will get no joy. But if you feel that when you are praying and meditating, you are visiting with God, and that these moments are the happiest in the 24 hours, then you are working from within outward. Your spiritual growth will be fruitful, and you will grow very rapidly in spiritual understanding. When you pray in this way, there is no strain, and your soul is filled with peace. The great enemy of prayer is the sense of tension. When you are tense, you are always working from the outside inward. Tension in prayer is probably the greatest cause of failure to demonstrate. Remember that the mind always stops working when you are tense. When you think, I must demonstrate this, or I must get there in 3 days, you are tense. You are using your willpower, and you will do more harm than good. Remember this: the door of the soul opens inward. If you will remember this, it will save you years and years of waiting for demonstrations. Write in your notebook, the one you carry in your pocket, not the notebook you keep locked in your desk, because that, or better still, write it on a card and place it on your dresser. The door of the soul opens inward. And pray to God that you may remember that truth every time you turn to Him in prayer. You know what it means when a door opens inward. The harder you push against it, the tighter you close it. When you press or force or hurl yourself against it, you only close it on yourself. When you relax and draw back, you give it a chance to open. In all theaters and other public buildings, the doors open outward. The Lord insists upon this because crowds are apt to become panic-stricken, and then they push. And if the door opened inward, the people would imprison themselves and be killed. The door of the soul opens inward. That is law. Relax mentally. Draw away from your problems spiritually. In action of God, you will open the door for you, and you will be free. There's an old legend of the Middle Ages that is very instructive. It seems that a citizen was arrested by one of the barons and shut up in a dungeon in his castle. He was taken dark stairs, down, a ferocious looking jailer who carried a great key, a foot long. The door of his cell was opened, and he was thrust into a dark hole. The door shut with a bang, and there he was. He lay in that dark dungeon for 20 years. Each day the jailer would come. The big door will open with a great creaking, and growling, a pitcher of water, and a loaf of bread would be thirst, and the door closed again. Well, after 20 years, the prisoner decided that he could not stand it any longer. He wanted to die, but he did not want to commit suicide. So he decided that the next day, when the jailer came, he would attack him. The jailer would then kill him in self-defense, and his misery would be at an end. He thought he would examine the door carefully so as to be ready for tomorrow, and going over, he caught the handle and turned it. To his amazement, the door opened, and upon investigation, he found that there was no lock upon it, and never had it been, and that for all those 20 years, he had not been locked in except in his belief. Prosperity Bible, such a phenomenal book.